What's going on, Ravens fans? Happy Friday to you. We are officially less than a week away from kicking off against the Kansas City Chiefs, and I could not be more excited. For today, we got three major injury updates to dive into. Mark Andrews, Tyler Linderbaum, both practicing. We'll get into that in just a little bit. And Hollywood Brown, what could be the update with him? Stick around. But before we go in to Mark Andrews, guys, the Steelers didn't... the Steelers didn't land Brandon Aiyuk. Isn't that just sweet? Type LOL in the comment section. Spam LOL in the comment section if you're as happy as I am. That is like so funny. They were so convinced too. So convinced they were going to get Brandon Aiyuk. Have fun throwing to Van Jefferson as your wide receiver too, Russell Wilson. Should be a fun year. Anyway, let's get into the injury updates. Jonas Schaefer with this one saying Ravens tight end Mark Andrews was back on the field today for the first time since his August 14th car accident. He's on track to play Thursday versus the Chiefs. And guys, having Mark Andrews back for this season, healthy and ready to go, is paramount for the Ravens in 2024. You didn't add necessarily that much when it came to the receiving skill talent over this offseason. So him being able to play and him being able to be available is massive. And you look at this depth chart, right? A really, really good tight end room. Isaiah Likely is a guy who's had a massive offseason. He's a guy who's taken leaps and bounds. But when you think about it from the wide receiver perspective with this team, you're running out there with pretty much the same guys you did last year, except minus OBJ, minus a guy who caught for over 500 yards. So having Mark Andrews back and him available for the entire season is going to do wonders for this Ravens offense. So really glad to see him back at practice. It was a scary car accident. Of course, glad to see him back healthy, and hopefully he's geared up and ready to go week one. So what do you guys think? You just saw it on the screen. We just flashed it for you. You saw Mark Andrews. You saw Isaiah Likely. Do the Ravens have a top 5 tight end room in the National Football League? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I would type Y. I really do. Honestly, I think they might have a top 2 tight end room in the National Football League. Can't wait for Isaiah Likely to turn some heads this season. Up next, Jeff Zray back with the tweet from The Athletic saying, first, hashtag Ravens practice ahead of season opener against the Chiefs. Not practicing, Eddie Jackson, Adisa Isaac, and Patrick McCarry. Those are all known. However, Tyler Linderbaum also remains in a red non-contact jersey. And guys, I know he's in a non-contact jersey, but he's back. He's there. He's practicing. He's getting reps. And guys, I think that however this offensive line turns out, it falls on the back of Linderbaum. And I know that might be a lot of pressure for a guy who's in his 3rd season in the NFL, but the center is always just that bell cow position on the offensive line. He's got the 2nd most experience of anybody on this offensive line group, and he's the best offensive lineman that the Ravens have. If you're just being played honest, he's the best. And it's so great that he's back. Not just because he's going to be good to go, hopefully, for Thursday, knock on wood with me, but he's getting reps, and they're getting reps as a 5 altogether. They didn't play a single snap all these 5 last year. How could they have? Roger Rosengarten was in college. They've barely played together in training camp, so getting him back a week before this game is massive. And, I mean, just look at the numbers for Linderbaum. They speak for themselves. 917 snaps last year, 78.3 was his overall grade, 76.1 was the pass block grade, 78.7 was that run block grade. It's so rare to find an offensive lineman that excels in run blocking and pass blocking, but you got one here with Tyler Linderbaum. Made his first Pro Bowl last season. In his 2nd year, I have a good feeling he's going to make yet another Pro Bowl again for the Ravens. Guys, you need to be subscribed to the channel. Before we get into our Hollywood Brown update, you need to subscribe. We're 6 days away from the greatest time of the year. And if you want a channel that gives you analysis, news, rumors, updates every single day on your Baltimore Ravens, well, you found the place. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and help us grow. Before we get into our Marquise Brown episode, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that, of course, is Factor. Eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to go in just 2 minutes. You'll have over 35 different options to choose from every single week, including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Also, there are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. What are you waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals. Guys, I don't know how you guys are, but the amount of times I'm sitting at my desk and it's 2 or 3 o'clock and I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot to take the chicken out of the freezer. And then you have to settle for Taco Bell or takeout. And while those are delicious, they're nowhere near healthy for you. And that's the great thing about Factor is you get fast food, you get food fast, and it's all good for you. Head to factormeals.com/RavensChat50 and use code RavensChat50 to get 50% off your first box. Plus 20% off your next month. That's code RavensChat50 at factormeals.com/RavensChat50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. And here we go. The big update you guys have all been waiting for. Just some massive news for the Ravens. Adam Schefter tweeting out, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid said wide receiver Hollywood Brown, who injured his shoulder during Kansas City's opening preseason game, is not expected to play Thursday night's regular season opener against the Baltimore Ravens. Guys, this is massive. This really is. And I know Kansas City didn't have that great of a wide receiver room last year. Let's be honest. They were pretty bad. Led the league in drops, led the league in a lot of categories you don't want to lead the league in, but they've gotten better over the offseason. They have. They added Xavier Worthy. He was their first-round pick. Marquise Brown, they traded for him. I know we have mixed feelings about Marquise Brown here on Ravens Rundown. And then Rashee Rice, he had a great year last year, and he still got a lot to prove. But with that injury, just having those two guys out there, a second-year guy and a guy who will be his first regular season NFL game, against the best secondary in the NFL, guys, this is really big, and it isn't the end-all, be-all. It's not. I'm not saying that, okay, Hollywood Brown's out. That means the Ravens are going to win this football game. I don't even think you really switch up your game plan, but this definitely tilts things in the Ravens' way, in the Ravens' direction. Again, the Ravens have the best secondary in the NFL with Brandon Stevens, Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton. You added Nate Wiggins in the offseason. And now it's kind of like a blessing. Okay, Nate Wiggins, he's not going to go out there and have to cover a wide receiver 1 or 2. He's going to have their third, I guess now with Hollywood out, their 4th best receiver. You can't ask for much more for a rookie corner playing in his first game. So, guys, this is just something that has swung in such a great direction for the Ravens. I hate it for Hollywood Brown. You never want a player to get injured, but if you got to go against a guy like that in your first game when they also have 2 other good wide receivers and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and a pretty decent offensive line as well, this just helps things just a little bit. So what's y'all's confidence level in the Ravens beating the Chiefs next week? We're 6 days away. Where are you sitting right now? After this news, does it go up a little bit? Because I think it goes up for me. I'm probably sitting about like a 65, 68. I'm feeling pretty good about it. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for joining me. It's been an awesome week. It's been an awesome offseason, and we're almost through it. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you're sticking with me for the entire season. You guys have a fantastic weekend.